Hey, what's up creators? Welcome back to CGI Made Simple, your go-to spot for all things. Today we've got something awesome lined up, the ultimate rendering tricks that will save you time, boost your productivity and make your project look absolutely top notch. But before we dive in, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button if you want to keep leveling up your After Effects skills. Smash that like button if you are all about working smarter, not harder. Got questions? Then drop a comment below and I'll do my best to answer every single one. And hey, if you're feeling super generous today, you can send us a super thanks. Every bit helps us bring you the best tutorials out there. Alright, with all that said, let's not waste any more time. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's render like a pro. Okay, let's start with the basics, and I promise this won't be boring. If you want to render anything in After Effects, you've got to live in the render queue. You can find it by going to Composition and Add to Render Queue. This bad boy will pop up at the bottom of your screen. Now, two important things to pay attention to here. The first one is render settings and the other one is the output module. These are your go-to controls for how your video gets exported. But don't worry, I'll show you how to optimize all this stuff in just a second. Okay, first, let's be real, nobody likes waiting for a render, and the default settings, though good for quality, can take forever. So if you're just trying to get out a preview or need something quick, here is what to do. Click on the render settings here, then you can change quality from best to draft if you don't need your top tier quality. You can also drop down the resolution. From here you can switch to from full to half or even quarter of the resolution if you are going for just a quick viewing. Also the frame rate, you can really drop down it from 30 to even 15 frames per second for a very fast preview. If you're doing a final export for your big premiere, you still want to keep everything at best quality. We want you to look sharp, right? Now let me show you a really nice trick here. So if you got a really high-end CPU sitting in your computer, let's put that thing to work. After Effects can use multiprocessing to speed up your renders by using all of your CPU core. And here is the magic trick. Go to Edit, Preferences, and Memory and Performance. And here just under the Performance category, check the Enable Multiframe Rendering. And voila! Now you're cooking with gas. You can also allocate more RAM per CPU core for an extra boost. This trick works wonders for heavy compositions with tons of layers or effects. You will notice the difference for sure. Alright, next up, pre-rendering. This is one of my favorite hacks to speed things up, especially when you've got layers stuck with effects that are slowing things down. Here is the deal. Instead of waiting for everything to render at once, render the complex parts. Select your layers with all the crazy effects. Then go to Composition and Pre-render. Here on the thing that you have to do is just assign to the location and press Save. Now hit Render. After it's done, you have this layer here, and you can swap it with those layers for the pre-rendered footage. Your final export will be lightning fast because you've already done the heavy lifting. And you know what's even better than rendering in After Effects? Rendering in the background while you keep working. Let me introduce you to Adobe Media Encoder, your new best friend. And here why it's awesome. You can send your composition straight to Media Encoder by clicking Composition and Add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. Once it's loaded, we can adjust all the settings as we like and hit the rendering button. And while it's rendering, you can keep working on your next masterpiece in After Effects or just close the After Effects window. Win-win, right? Plus, Media Encoder is a champ when it comes to exporting to multiple formats, and it's better for encoding for MP4 if you are aiming for web content. Now let's talk about the settings you need depending on where your video is going to end up. You don't want to export the same way for YouTube as you would for, say, a film festival. For YouTube, you use the MP4 with a bitrate of around 15 to 20 for HD format, or you can bump it to 35 for 4K. For Instagram, make sure you're using a square or vertical aspect ratio and set your bitrate to between 8 and 10. For films, you need something much more robust like ProRes or DNx HD. Be ready for those huge file size, but it's worth it for the extra quality. And now for all of you advanced users or those who want to feel like you're hacking the matrix, let's talk about rendering with the command line. Here is how to render without even opening After Effects. But first you have to set up your project and adjust all the rendering settings in the render queue. Then when you are ready and you have assigned everything, open your command line by pressing Win plus R and type CMD. Then navigate to your program files folder, then press Adobe, the version of Adobe After Effects that you are using, then support files, and here look for the irender.exe. Just drag and drop it in the command line, then press space dash and just write project, then again press space, and what you have to do is just drag and drop your After Effects file inside the command line. What you can do is just select all those lines and with Ctrl C to copy them, and you can open multiple command lines and paste. Once you are ready, you can press enter to start rendering. And there you have it, folks. Those are my top rendering tricks to keep your After Effects projects looking sharp and rendering fast. If you found this video helpful, and I know you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe for more pro tips like these. Let us know down in the comments what other topics you'd like us to cover, or if you got any questions, don't be shy. And if you want to support the channel, feel free to hit that super thanks button in the description. Alright, until next time, keep creating, keep rendering, and I'll see you in the next video.
If you did enjoy anything in this video, then drop a like and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't subscribed yet, click below and join us. we have some great videos coming up next that you don't wanna miss. Thanks for watching and see you in the next